guys. Welcome to the Team Liberate call. It is Monday, April 15th. I feel like the National Wake Up Call. And I just want to welcome you guys to the call. Today we have Kelsey, our very own Kelsey Connor. She's going to chat with us more about the in and outs of Canva because she seems to be amazing at it. So she's going to share all of her tips with us. But before we do that, I just want to pull up the team recognition board from today and give a couple of shout outs. So first and foremost, we have Joe. Our guy representing our Team Liberate is Joe, and he is our coach of the week. Joe has just been really consistent lately. He's doing his vitals. He's putting his journey first. He's a product of the product. He's out there trying to change as many lives as he can every single day, and his hard work is paying off. So I wanted to give Joe an awesome shout out. At Success Club so far is just myself, Success Club 6, and then luckily it's only halfway through the month and we have a lot of people who are already on the board, already having changed 1 or 2 lives, so there's plenty of time left to keep it going. So we have Joe at 4, Markella at 4, Kelsey at 4, Courtney Jones at 4, and Maureen at 4, and we have Randy, Stephanie, Jamie, and Erin all at 2. So keep it up, guys. We're doing good, big things in April. So like I said, today we are chatting with Kelsey. I know, Kelsey, you took a bunch of questions. I'm sure you have some, a plan to kind of walk us through some of the tips and tricks you have for us with Canva. So I'm going to just hand it over to you.
Okay, cool. What I'll do, I thought I would just kind of walk through some things that I think would be helpful for everyone. And then if there's some specific questions that I know that people have had before, I can go over those. But I'll just share my screen and kind of start from there. So, I think a lot of people use Canva pretty frequently. Some of you kind of dabble in it. And then I think some of you don't use it at all or don't know how to use it. So I have used it for a long time, actually through my work, and it's really, of all the graphic design tools out there, it's really simplistic because there's so many template options. So one thing that I think is really neat to point out is whenever you're if you want to create a meal plan for your challengers or something like that, you can always come up to this search bar, right on the home page, and type in something that you're looking for, and it'll give you other people's or other templates. And that's always great because I think what's nice about this tool is you never really have to start from scratch. So for example, this is one that I've used before, this template. And so from here, I can kind of plug and play what I want to put in there. So I can change the text. Whenever you click on something, you have the ability to change the colors. Anytime you click on any object within Canva, you can change all of the colors. So it's, if your team has a certain color scheme, or you're doing something that's more seasonal, you have the ability to always do that. And so that's always great because I think the templates can be really, great to use. So even, there's also, depending on what type of project you're starting, there's also a lot of different, options already in there without searching. So for example, what's really nice is they have added Instagram stories. So you can search it. I use it a lot, so it's already here in this top section. So anytime you can also do the app. There's a free Canva app that you can put on your phone, and it's probably easier to maybe edit your stories in there. But you can also do it in here. Go to your phone and then grab them. Mm-hmm. But these are really cool because, for example, I used one this week to talk about the coach sneak peek. This was one of the templates that I gotta find it, this one right here. So I use this template. I plugged in my own people or my own pictures, and it took me 5 minutes. And so that's what I really like about it is it's really easy. I didn't recreate anything here. I just plopped in my own pictures. And so that's what I've been more of a frequent user of more recently, are these stories, because, you know, obviously stories are where it's at, and there's just so many great options. So, you know, if you wanted to do one of those bingo like trending stories, there's like templates already for that. If you wanted to do, you know, I use a lot of Instagram story templates to do, like, this is a cat one, so it's not that relevant, but like spring, shape up, or shape up, sign up, or whatever it's called. So this could be like something that I use to put in my story to get people to start to sign up. Like, I would put numbers in it, put people's names. So you always have the ability, even like with these templates, you can move them up. Oh, maybe if I can get it to move. Yeah, you can move it up. You can change colors. You know, all these things you're able to customize. So definitely check out stories if you're not using them. I've used just some examples of me. I mean, I use Canva for everything. So a lot of this is coaching stuff. I plan my kid's birthday party with it. So there's a lot of like nice things to, you know, use it for. So one example is, this is a template I saw. I'll move on to just kind of like images and like how to make your maybe graphics stand out a little more. So this is the inspiration for my sneak peek group. So as you can tell, I started with this, I morphed into this. I didn't really have to recreate anything, but it like made it, you know, look nice and clean and fresh. So something like with your Facebook events or Facebook group images, it's always going to be the 19, 20, 10, 80. I think there's a couple, there might be like a Facebook cover option, but you actually use the Facebook event option, or you can always go in and plug in the size that you want. Now, I will say I have the paid account, so I am actually able to, like, let's say I want to turn this into an Instagram post. It would not really fit the right sizing, but I do pay like it's like $12 a month. I actually have it through work, but I'm able to like instantly take my project and turn it into another size. Alternatively, you can always resize. You can somewhere there's an option to resize it. And so you could always, like, if you do a Facebook cover and it doesn't work, you can always resize it there. But something that like I really like to do with anytime I'm creating a project is, like, you know, for example, once I have, maybe I put some text on the page, you can add like really simple things to your images to make them stand out more. So basically, this is just this was from a template, but if this wasn't, this is just a colored block. So I added it behind my text, and in order to do that, you can actually position it. So you can put it forward, you can put it backward. So that's the way you do that with your images. And then another really cool thing that I love to do is, I think when I actually uploaded this image, it was a lot darker. You can always click your image, click this button up here, and adjust the transparency just to make it a little, you know, maybe to make it not be the focal point of what your image is trying to show. Same thing like with text box behind text. I do that a lot. I click it. This is actually what it looked like before. And then I just adjust to kind of whatever my liking is. Because that'll really make things pop. It's super simple. It's just a matter of clicking, hitting transparency, and you know, just adjusting it to whatever you want. So one other thing that, let me show you, let's say I want to create a Facebook post. So maybe I want to do something for one of my challenge groups and I want it to have a specific image. You can always go over here on the sidebar and you can click backgrounds, where there's a lot of free options. Some of them are paid options, and that would be like, it might be $1 image, it might be, I think most of them are like $1, but there's so many free ones that you should never have to pay unless it's something like you specifically need. You can always add in a background like that. You could also add in, let's say you wanted to add a specific photo. You know, there's different ways to make your whatever you're trying to achieve with like your Facebook post. But I would encourage anyone to always go in there and like check out, let's say I want to show spring flowers. Lots of free ones. Okay, that's $1. So if it's $1, it's going to have the watermark, but all of them in the bottom will have free, like right there in the right hand corner. So, you know, this is really pretty. I'm going to, you know, play around with the sizing of it. And then maybe I'll, you know, move it over a little bit. Let's make it a little bit lighter. And then put in my text, woman, crush, Wednesday. And then this is where you can actually play with your text. So if you go to multiple or click it and then go to the fonts, you know, there's always options to figure out like what text. One I like is it starts play script or playlist. That's kind of the cursive one you see a lot. You can adjust, play with it, you know, simple post right there. Another thing that you can do is, and I've done this a paid way and a free way. Let's say that I want to, go to get like a specific image. So maybe it's sparkles. I'm gonna like go search Google, find an image that I like. You have to look for one maybe that doesn't have a watermark on it. So I'm gonna look. A lot of these have watermarks. This is not a good one to search. I'll do flowers again. Flower background. So anyway, my point is you can look for backgrounds like on Google too. Okay, there's no watermark on this. Click it. I'm gonna save image. This is actually probably illegal, so but this is for like our Facebook groups. I don't think anyone's gonna come search you down for an image, but you're technically supposed to buy images. But I do this all the time. So I'm going to save it, go to my Facebook post. I'm gonna delete this one out. And then I'm going to upload an image. And then there we go. And then once it loads, I can add it in and put it behind. So that's just another way to like get images in. Or if you want to put your picture in, you know, all ways to do it that way. So same thing if I wanted to put, you know, my friends, I could adjust the transparency and do it like that. So that's just another way to kind of make things look, you know, just a little different. One other thing I wanted to show you too was like presentation or paint scripts, or not paint scripts. Gosh, Brooke, I sound like you. What are they called? The can't think of it. Brush strokes. Yeah. So you see these a lot. So this is actually like my my logo for my team. And so I actually went to Etsy and I actually bought two. They were like 25 cents or something super cheap. I bought these brush strokes. And so then I just load them. Excuse me. I load them into my uploaded images. They're down here, and that's what they look like. So I'm able to just like easily add these. I can put text over them and it makes things look really good. What I like about it, it's on all of my like team materials. So I literally created my logo in Canva, and then I have this on all of my like team materials. So for example, this is I'm working on a new coach guide, and I kind of use it through all like my themes. Super easy. And it's, you know, very similar to, I think, one that Bailey created, but it just takes, rather than using a template, it kind of has my, you know, logo branded on there. Same thing with like presentations. So many presentations in Canva. Never try and create something if you have no inspiration. Like this is one I made for my team one night. All of this is just, it's already created. It's just a matter of dropping in the content. And then let's see, what's another one? Same thing for like groups. All of your Facebook groups and challenge groups, like this was a free group we did where we showed how to, access the free workout options. And so you can make it, what size you want. You can always add in, I did like screenshots, uploaded it as an image, and then just saved it into the Canva. Trying to think what else. The big thing I would encourage anyone to check out is, the stories, because there are just so many great templates with stories. And I think that it's really a way to set your own stories apart and talk about, maybe like how coaching's changed you. Do like a progressive story. There's all these really awesome templates. Get the app for your phone, and then you can save them over. It's way easier, in my opinion, to do them on your desktop or on your laptop. But then it's really easy. I can take out this girl's picture. I'll, add in me, and then if you just hover over it, it automatically like sticks it in there, and it just makes it really easy. Another thing too you can do is, like, if you don't have a picture, if it's a template that doesn't have a picture, if you go to elements, there's all kinds of different things you can add in, whether it's shapes or colors. You can also add in frames. So like if you want to just add in a circle picture of a face, you can do that. Go to your uploads. Let's add Miss Joanna, one of my new coaches. There you go. And it's really easy to add that in. What other questions? Any? I want to show you one thing. So I think I showed you at the beginning, I searched meal plan. So I started a meal plan that I was doing weekly. I failed this week. I haven't done it yet. But I added my brush strokes to this template. And so every week, ideally, I just update it and I send this to my challengers. And it's really easy. I did not do the grocery list every week. It's like the Sunday maybe. But it's just nice because I link it to the recipe. So the way I do that, so like for example, Shakeology isn't linked, but if I wanted to, you can just highlight it and then hit this this button over here that links, and then you can link actually to a recipe. So like this one, I can show you. I don't think I can. It'll click, but anyway, these actually link to some of the recipes, which is nice. Really, and I was just like taken from a template, and then I just plugged in what I wanted for my challengers, and it's always, I'm updating it weekly. This is like a getting started guide for coaches, or not coaches, for a challenger. Again, using like those $2 Etsy investment I made. And then, yeah, there's just like, here's an example of a story where I do it. So I added all this in February, saved it to my story, and then every time I had a challenger sign up, ideally, I want to get them all filled, but I would just add their name or pretend like I have 5 already and write 5 fake names in. The idea is just to make it look like your group is super popular and you're going to get a lot of value for joining. So that's a great way to make them look really nice. Here's another free group one. Again, took an image from Google, uploaded it, and then added my text. What other questions, or any questions? I will say the adding images, like looking for Google, sometimes if you want something specific, can be really nice. Like if, let's just say brush strokes, you wanted to look for one, maybe you didn't want to buy one yet. So you can always look on to see if there's any that don't have a watermark. Like that's a really pretty one, actually doesn't have a watermark. So you could save it. Blue. And then I can go and create like a story. And I'll upload it. Then it should turn out okay. And there you go. So you can have like, story, and then you could add some text over it. Team Liberate is amazing. And then make it look cool. Change the color, whatever. So, I mean, there's all these different ways, or you can just use the template. But yeah, no, I think that's like most of what I was going to share, Brooke. But I think I would like, the big thing is there's just so many, there's all these like options. So even if like you're wanting to do a newsletter and you want to make it in Canva, there's 8 million newsletter templates that are free that you can use. I think Annie I saw her use like one of these once. But super easy. You can just edit all the text, drop in your content, drop in your images. Ideally, it shouldn't take you any time. And it just looks more official. Let's see what else. Yeah, I think that's most of what I had. This is our, so I'll show you this. This is our behind the scenes kind of images. So I took that template, that was kind of like the inspiration for it. And then I kind of created this brush stroke. And I think this was just, I think I searched it in here. I was able to find it. And then I could add like, all of this. And it all looks like consistent and the same. We use it for our behind the scenes group. What else? Oh, sorry. There's a chat. Do you spend like No, I don't. The question was, did you spend like a day doing these? No, I mean, I should, but I don't. I think I just I'm a really big procrastinator. So I do them as I need them. But the nice part is once I have them, I can update it easily. I do this for my team every week. It's a week at a glance. I'm really bad about like not doing it on Sunday. And but the nice thing is I can update it in 5 seconds, add it to my team page, and that's just an easy way for them to like see what they have to do or what's available that week. But I think like if you're just getting started, think about something that you need an image for and just go to that option. So create a design. Like, don't get so overwhelmed with like all the things because it's a lot of options. But just find what topic you need. So I need like a social media post, or I need an Instagram story, or maybe I need like a logo, whatever it is, and then just click on that. So they even have Facebook stories. So I guess like the dimensions they're the same. So same dimensions, but Instagram, or maybe you want to do an Instagram post with an image. Go there, see what templates are there, and then add your own picture and face and words or whatever. Any other questions?
This is awesome. I think this is an awesome like overview of like the biggest, because I know like you said, I think Canva can seem overwhelming for people. But I think it's a good breakdown of like the big areas to focus, like the most useful, valuable places to focus. I especially like the stories. I like to forget about it. I need to do it more often.
And I would like also, one thing too is I can share, like you can always share them. So like, for example, I need to organize it. You can actually create folders, which is nice. But like, these are things that have been shared with me. So like Brooke shared me the Emerald Call guide. And I can always, we can always share things. So like, this new coach guide I'm creating right now, I can then share it with anyone on the team, and they can make a copy and, you know, use it too, or at least have like the groundwork of something.
Right.
So I think it's nice. Like, I think we should be better about just like, if we find something, you know, share it too, because I think as you create templates, it's really easy just to go in and modify them, and, you know, we're all talking to different audiences. So definitely we should be like not recreating the wheel.
Yeah, I agree.
This is one I love to do on Sundays. I don't always do it, but it's just a story template, and then I just put it in my story, and then like I screenshot a recipe picture of what I'm going to make that week, and I go Monday through Friday, and I literally, it takes like 2 seconds, but it's very like, it just like looks good, so someone's like, okay, maybe she's like legit. Not at all, but I'm going to pretend like I am because I look like I've got it together. But it's kind of cool just to like, I can show somebody in my stories my meal plan for the week. And all I did was create one story cover and then just screenshotted, you know, my meatloaf I'm making tomorrow, and then put like Tuesday on it. And, you know, there's like ways you can get creative with it without it taking a lot of time.
Yeah.
I
love that.
Yeah, and I'll share any of these too. So I think Randy, I was supposed to send you the meal plan before. Totally forgot. But yeah, I can actually go in and share it. I think there's like a way to email it, or I can share the link.
Yeah, I think you can share the link.
Yeah, I can. Link. Yep. Yep.
Now, if you share that, we need to create a copy of it, right?
Yeah. So what I'll probably do is I can actually, let's see.
Because if we change it, it'll change yours too, right?
It will. But if you go to your designs and go to the right-hand corner, I can actually make a copy.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if that's because I have the paid version or if that's a functionality for anyone. But I will.
I have the paid version too, so I know I can make a copy.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's the copy of the meal plan. And then this way I can share it, and I think you would need to just play around with it and see. I'll see if I can see your changes on my end or not, or if you just need to like save it down and rename it on in your own account. I think I probably won't be able to see your changes. But then I can just share it. And you can share it either where you can edit or you can only view. But I'll just put them in the team.
Yeah, like the meal plan story one. I would love that. That's so easy.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Like, even if you're not making that, you can still say you're making it.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
I said, like especially when you do my challenge group starts next week. Here's the 4 people that signed up.
Yeah.
Maybe I have 2 people, but I'm going to add 2 more names.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can definitely fudge that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else? But yeah, with the meal plan, what I usually do too is like, I'll go to just like one trick you can do. Go on your phone. I would do this on my phone, but I'll like, it doesn't even have to, no one's gonna know if it's 21 day fix or not. But I could like go to the meatloaf recipe,
take a picture
and just like right click it, copy the image, or save it on your phone, and then you can add it into your story.
Yeah.
Do that a lot. That's an easy way to.
That's super easy. Totally.
And then like even the boards that like we do accountability boards occasionally in we do it more regular in our challenge group, but these are all real easy to do. So it's just a matter of like, this one's a really plain template, but just I changed the font, and then I'm literally like we have an Excel file, we track everyone, and I'm just dropping their names in. So it's like, doesn't take a lot of time. Actually, the tracking for these accountability boards takes a whole lot more time than designing it. The board itself takes no time.
We're going to change the way we do ours too and create a Canva so that we can just like all update it.
Yeah.
And then, so what size template did you use for that one?
I think it's a Facebook post. Yeah. The Facebook post, it's the 940 788. Yep.
Perfect.
Anybody want to come to my kids' party?
My Grayson's party is the same day.
Is it? Yeah. But yeah, I'm just thinking. Yeah, they're kind of. This was like a free group I did, and I just I found this whole template right here. That was just a background image I found, on Google. But yeah. No, I think there's a lot to kind of work with, but I definitely think if we all make some good templates, we can definitely share them.
Yeah, I wonder if we should start a file.
I think that's good.
I'll add it to the files, like a specific file.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Okay, cool. All right, well, any other questions? Yeah. Okay. Going once, going twice? I'm sure people will watch this, Kelsey, and then have questions.
Yeah, that's fine.
What was that? How did you do that? Cool. Okay, well, awesome. I don't want to keep you guys if there's no other questions, but I definitely will. I'll start a file in the files tab, Kelsey, if you want to add a couple things to it. I can see what I have. I don't know if I have a ton of stuff, but Randy, you do a really good job with this stuff too. So anything you create, definitely add that you think would be valuable to others. And then I'll obviously post the recording, and I think that's it. Thank you, Kelsey, for taking the time to show us this.
No problem. Yeah, I enjoy it a lot.
I love it. I just forget about it. I forget to take the time to take 5 minutes to do the stories in a way cooler way than just
It's all what's going on during the week, and
it's still
time for my job a lot. Not stories, but create a lot of graphic design stuff, and I'm it's just way funner or more fun when I can do it for my own business, not someone else's.
So when you go to do your stories every day, you typically find yourself on the computer doing some Canvas stuff?
No, actually, well, it just depends. If I plan, if I have a coach sneak peek, I'll always try and do one of those stories that talk about what coaching's done and all the cool things we get from it, trips and everything else and friends. And so if I think about it and know kind of from my own marketing plan, if I'm gonna be doing that, I'll do it on the computer because I sit at this desk when I work, so it's easy for me. This is my personal computer, my work computer's right here, so it's easy for me to kind of hop over and do it.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, I have used the Canva app to create it. If it's just a little harder.
Yeah, I think it's a little trickier.
Yeah, on the cruise, we didn't have, I only had internet really on my phone. It was hard to make it work on my computer. So I did a couple just on the Canva app, and it worked fine. And also something too, I don't know if this is okay or not, but stories obviously expire in 24 hours. So if I do a whole how I've had this transformation with coaching or with Beachbody products, or maybe it's more of a call to action is to join my sneak peek. I did it a couple weeks ago. I'll just go to my archive and reshare it. So I did that yesterday. It was one I did 4 weeks ago, and it was still relevant. And so I just shared it again because I've had a lot of new followers since then. So I don't think it's necessarily bad to use a similar story that you you've used before, because a lot of people, like, it expires in 24 hours. They're not going to remember.
Right. And that's the beauty of doing them on Canva and then like having them as like an image.
Yeah. Well, and then you can also go to your archive.
Yeah,
just,
right. But
yeah,
I mean, versus just doing like a quick one on the Instagram app. Like if you have it on Canva and you've taken the time to do like a story and it all meshes together and it's perfect, you might as well do it again. Yeah.
Yeah, always go back and like look through your stories. If you've done like one of those, I call them progressive stories or storyboards or whatever, use it again. Or you can like go back into the Canva app, change whatever word, or go to the computer and change whatever words you need to, or maybe you edit it some way, but it's already existing. Like I find myself using the same stories. Maybe I just change them a little bit. They're, they look more professional, and they have, I think, a longer shelf life, so you could use them more frequently.
Yeah, I love that. These are some really good tips. Cool. Okay. All right. Well, okay, so it's 9. So thank you guys. Yeah, if you have any questions, I'll speak for Kelsey. You can ask her. Hope that's okay, Kelsey.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for spending the time with us. Thanks for listening, and I'll post the recording soon. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Bye, guys. Happy Monday.